So it's almost 2024 and everybody's got some goals, and every year there's New Year's resolutioners who set a goal and they inevitably do not get it. But that stops today because you are going to hit your goals, because today we're going to talk about exactly how you set up your entire year, step by step, to meet your goals, fitness, personal, financial, and career. We're going to hit them all. You're going to have the best 2024. You're going to have the best year of your life, and this is exactly how you're going to do it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is fitness, because everybody just wants to be jacked, but not everybody's been in the gym yet. You might have never started going to the gym. You might want to get started this year. And it's so simple. Everybody wants to sign up for the gym in the new year. Planet Fitness and all of these gym clubs, they always have these, nice little deals and discounts they'll give to people who just start the gym, but that's the gym model. They don't want people to show up. They just want them to sign up and pay the membership. But this year, that's not going to happen for you. If you haven't been in the gym yet, you're going to start this year, you're going to get the new deal, you're going to do the no initiation fee and sign up for that gym. This is exactly how you're going to make it worth it. So obviously, if you haven't been in the gym before, it might be a little intimidating, right? You might not want to go to the gym and feel like the person who doesn't know what they're doing. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to set up like a main goal. I want to lose weight. I want to gain muscle. Basically, I just want to do something in the gym. Then you have to decide, okay, how am I going to get there? My first opportunity to do this is, okay, I'm going to set up my schedule. The gym fits on these 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? And make it very simple. These 3 days are the days that I'm going to go to the gym regardless of what happens, all right? It's either in the morning, before I go to work. It's going to be after I get out of school. You have to set it up so that it's easy, fits right into your schedule, because if it doesn't, you ain't gonna go. So you got your 3 days picked, super simple. Now what are you gonna do when you get there? So the way I like to say is, all right, 80-20. We're gonna do 80% weights, we're gonna do 20% cardio, whatever the amount of time is you can allot. Really shouldn't be more than 60 to 90 minutes. You're gonna put 80% of that towards lifting weights or doing whatever the main purpose of your workout goals are. And the other 20% should be towards some type of cardiovascular health, whether that be you do some type of running, you do some type of treadmill or Stairmaster work, or you play basketball or any other sport that's gonna get your heart rate up for an extended amount of time. So once you've done that, you got your 3 days picked, you got your workout selected, now you just have to make sure that you go. And now that you got a rhythm, you have a schedule, let's set a goal. Make sure that you stay on track. Mini goals and a long-term goal. Mini goals to make sure that you don't get bored, and long-term goals so that you know exactly where you're headed. All right, so now you know what your long-term goal is, but how do you set up mini goals? Let me give you an example. So maybe I have the long-term goal, maybe I want to squat 225 pounds in the next 6 months. How am I going to get there? So I'm going to start at the bar, and I'm going to go up by 5 pounds every week. Every Wednesday, I'm going to squat. I'm going to add 5 pounds every single week. I'm going to set up with a program, right? So very easy. You go online, and you say, I have 3 days, so I want a 3-day workout split. You look it up, you find a plan. Now, this plan shouldn't be extravagant, shouldn't be something expert level, because you're a brand new beginner. You want to start from the basics, you have room to run. You can grow into those things. You start simple, you add 5 pounds a week. And sure enough, over a 3 to 6 month period, you have hit that goal. So time it out, write it out, get a calendar for the entire year, month by month, write it down week by week. I want to be here on this week. I want to be here on the next week, week 2, week 3, week 4, and build out the plan and stick to it, right? You have those goals, those numbers in your head. It's a very simple, quantifiable way to reach your long-term goal by incentivizing your short-term perspective. Everybody is a human. We are very distractible. If you don't set up these short-term mini goals, you will never make it to that long-term end game. So now we took care of our newbies to the gym. How do we take care of the guys who have been in there, they've done that, maybe they're losing purpose, right? Maybe you've been in the gym for a year or two and you say you're 180 pounds, not much has changed in the last few months, and you're kind of losing purpose, right? You're trying to figure out what the hell it is that you're doing with this whole gym thing. Maybe you go 4 or 5 days a week, you're semi-consistent, but you don't really know what to do here. If you're gonna go to the gym and you don't have like a bodybuilding goal or a powerlifting meet that you're trying to achieve, maybe it's setting up mini goals, little things that you're trying to get done in the gym, right? Maybe you've never benched 225 before, or 315 before. How are you going to get there? When you have a program, you need to set up this program towards the goal, right? Center this entire program around this main goal being your main objective for the next 3 months. Over the next 90 days, I want to increase my bench by 45 50 pounds. How am I going to do that? My main workout of that week is going to be structured around this movement, and then the rest of the workout are going to satisfy the accessories of this movement, right? So maybe Monday, day one, is my main bench day. I come in fueled from the weekend, I slept well, I ate a lot of food, and I'm fueled for this workout. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna hit bench. The next day I'm gonna hit back because I'm trying to support the foundation that's pressing. Now the next subsequent days are all going to do other things accessory to that. Leg drive, we're gonna hit legs, right? Maybe we might hit a bench accessory on that leg day just so we can increase the motor pattern. That's just one example of a little goal you could have, right? Maybe you have weight loss goals. You're 240 pounds and you'd like to be 200 pounds. Setting up your diet to get there. The main thing people struggle with when they get into the gym, whether they are new or they have been in the gym for forever, is setting up a diet that's going to work for them. You could either set up a meal plan where you have the meals written out. You know exactly what you're going to eat every single day and you don't have to think. Or maybe you live a little bit more of a volatile and erratic lifestyle. Maybe you are traveling a lot and you need to have a if it fits your macros approach. That's not always perfect. A lot of people will fill that with junk. Maybe you just need something to give you a little bit of flexibility and you can figure it out by plugging it into a MyFitnessPal app. At the end of the day, if you have fitness goals, diet is going to be the number one thing you need to focus on when you want to drive progress, whether that be in or outside of the gym. All right, so we have a weight loss goal, right? Let's say we are that 240 pound person and we want to set up a goal of maybe losing 1% of that body weight over a month span. So 1% of 240 would be what? 2.4 pounds. We have 1%. How am I going to lose that? I want to make an average of a 2.4 pound drop every month. I'm going to set myself up in a calorie deficit. I'm going to set my calories at a certain maintenance, right? And then I'm going to drop them by, let's call it 500 calories. You're going to set up a diet. Let's call it 4 meals, 5 meals, 6 meals, whatever it is to keep you satiated and continuing to eat throughout the day. You could do an intermittent fasting approach. Some people like that. For me, that doesn't work. I'm very hungry all of the time, and if I don't eat 6 times a day, I will lose my sanity. Anyway, there's a lot of approaches you can do, but you have to pick one and stick to it for an extended period of time if you actually want to see some results. Whether it be you set up a 4, 5, or 6 meal plan, or you decide to intermittent fast, at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you hit your protein goals, which should at least be 1% or 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then fill it up with carbs and fats based on how you respond to them. If you notice that you don't respond well to fats, maybe you have a little bit of a lower fat diet and a higher carb diet because you feel more energy, or maybe carbs make you feel lethargic and you need to have less carbs and more fat. Anyway, you're going to skin the cat. You need to make sure that you decide on how you're going to skin that cat. Set that goal. I'm going to lose 2.4 pounds per month, and for 6 months I want to make sure I get to, say, 12 to 15 pounds of weight loss. And if you're not trending in that direction, you are going to need to make an adjustment. Anyway, pick a lane, stick to it for a while before you need to get off the exit. The fitness thing aside, we're in New York City. Like, this is like the #1 money-making city in the entire world. So it ain't all about fitness, as much as we all want to hit our fitness goals. I'm in the Wall Street bodybuilder, for God's sakes. The bodybuilder are always going to come here. But when it comes down to it, we all want to have money. We all want to be successful. We all have careers in mind, and dreams is what we have for what we want out of our lives. And every year, we are self-destructive. We make decisions for ourselves that are going to ruin our plans for getting to where we want to be. And the reason why is because we're so distracted with a million things. We spread ourselves way too thin. We don't allocate our time correctly. This year, that ends. So if you haven't heard, we may be going into what might be a recession. How do you defend yourself against that? Number one, you don't want to have any debt. Interest rates are through the freaking roof. And so if you're going to clean up your entire financial world, you're going to have success financially this year, you want to make sure that you cut that debt down as hard as possible. Get rid of all that high floating rate variable interest debt that you have and get it to the smallest, most manageable amount you can. If you can fix it at a lower rate, let's call it anywhere around 5 to 7%, that's probably a pretty good place to be entering 2024 given where rates are. However, rates are supposed to be cut this year, they say. Who knows if that's actually going to happen? So what are you going to do? Cut down as much of that debt as possible. Increase your savings. Cut down on BS spending. There are so many apps that you can download to track where you're spending on subscriptions that you may not even realize you have. Just go through your credit card and line item by line item. Figure out where you're spending money on bullshit you don't need to be spending on. Figure out how to cut back. Now, how are you going to increase your income. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. Either you change jobs laterally to another company to try and go get more money, or you try to be better at your job and demand more money. Whether that means you're in a role where you need to ask for a promotion or some type of pay increase, or you need to up your revenue. The way you're going to do that is by evaluating what your skills are today and what skills you need to have in the next couple months to make sure that by the end of next year, you have added a considerable amount of value to your person, to your company, to be able to increase the revenue that comes in. At the end of the day, guys, it's all a balance sheet game. You're going to have more liabilities and more assets, and then it's an income statement. Do you make more money than you are spending on a month-to-month basis, on an annual basis? You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success this coming year. Take the swing. If you're in your 20s or even your 30s, take the risk that it takes to make more money for when you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. Put it away into your 401k. Pack it into a Roth IRA. Invest for the long term. But don't be afraid to take that risk to go gamble on yourself. If you have an investment dream or an investment idea, or maybe you have a business that you wanted to start that today. Don't wait till 2024. Don't wait till Jan 1 to get started. Start now and get the process moving, and be ambitious and aggressive about it. Tell everybody what you're doing, and make sure you market the shit out of it. Make sure that everybody knows what it is that you are about, the person that you are trying to be, and speak it into existence. At the end of the day, your goals, your decisions, they're all correlated. If you ain't writing them down and speaking them into existence, they ain't gonna happen. Make sure that ain't you. 2024, make sure that your financial goals are at the top of your mind. So, talked about getting more jacked. We talked about making more money. What kind of person are you? What kind of life goals do you have for yourself as a person? Do you like the person you see in the mirror every morning you wake up? And if you don't, and I can tell you right now, I like who I am, but there's a lot of things I'd like to change. There are things about me that I want to improve. The way I talk to people, the way I interact, maybe my sleep habits, maybe just habits that I just don't like about myself in general. In 2024, you could be the New Year's resolution that says, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to quit drinking, I'm going to throw these habits away. And maybe those cold turkey approaches are going to work for you. They work for a lot of people. But sometimes it's just about changing your mindset. Maybe it's about meditating. Maybe it's about breathing. Something I always do is I leave the house and I forget stuff, and it's because I don't slow down. I move way too fast. I'm trying to do a million things. I'm the guy who chases too many rabbits. Sometimes I catch none. My mom told me yesterday, do what the Europeans do. They sit down for 5 minutes before they leave their house, and they think. They breathe. They almost meditate on, do I have everything that I need for the rest of the day? 5 minutes before they leave. They got to leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:55 in the morning. They're sitting there on their couch thinking about all of the things they're about to bring with them, what they're about to do for the day, and then they make sure they have them all collected, and then they leave the house. Maybe that's something I need to adopt. So think about the things that you are doing wrong in your life, the things that maybe you wish you didn't do, and maybe the habits that piss you off about yourself, and how are you going to fix that this coming year? That's one that I'm trying to fix. I'm also trying to fix my sleep schedule. I know that I stay up way too late working on things and talking to people and just generally being too active and not winding down. And then not getting restful sleep, waking up the next day, burning as fast as I can, right? 5 a.m. all the way till 10 at night, 11 at night, and then trying to do a 6-hour night of sleep and then not getting that much out of myself the next day until I burn out at the end of the week and I have to start over. 10-hour sleep schedule for that night and then right back into it on Monday. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. Maybe you should too. At the end of the day, we all have things we want to improve, and this coming year is a good opportunity to do that. Use the New Year's excuse to make a change. Don't let it just be the New Year's resolution flip and flop, where you don't actually execute. At the end of the day, the reason why I started this channel is because I wanted to show people the journey of the things that I'm doing within fitness, and then it just kind of evolved as I evolved as a person. How are you going to evolve? And I just wanted to bring you guys a piece of content, a video, maybe to get your mind thinking about how this year is going to be a little bit different than the last. How you're going to change the previous version of yourself into the next version, the more improved version. And maybe it's not a whole different person. Maybe it's a version of you that's just a bit better. At the end of the day, that's really all we're looking for. We're looking for a bit of self-improvement. We're looking for a bit of a better version of ourselves every single day. And I think if you guys apply some of the things that I've just said, some of the things that we just ran through, some of the techniques and the strategies, set yourself up for success, you're going to find that in 2024, you're going to be a lot happier, healthier, and motivated to be the best version of yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't, like the video because it helps. Comment down below what some of the things you are chasing in 2024, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.